I think taking a risk in food is something that I've kind of become known for. I once in a while take a second and look around the room and think, wow, this is pretty amazing what we've created.
Competitive by nature, Stephanie Izard is no doubt a fierce contender in Chicago's booming culinary scene.
I grew up a competitive swimmer since I was 3, and I think that anyone that does competitive sports and takes it as seriously as I did is bound to later in life really push themselves very hard.
Her bold business sense can be experienced throughout her goat-themed restaurants, where she takes globally inspired cuisine to new heights.
I don't like to just have flavors on a plate that are obvious that they would go together. I like to throw something in there that maybe doesn't sound as amazing on paper as it tastes when you take a bite. So it's more about the experience and not just about food.
In this episode of Lexus Culinary Masters, we bring you the edgy, bold, and adventurous Stephanie Izard.
All of the goat restaurants started with my last name, which I say Izard, but in French it's Izard, which is a mountain goat that lives in the Pyrenees Mountains. It just seemed like a fun thing to kind of work into the names of the restaurants. Girl on the Goat has always been really hard to describe, but it's just bold flavors from around the world that can excite your palate while you're having an exciting experience all around. Little Goat is very casual, still a take on bold flavors, but it's all in between bread from house baked bread from the bakery there. So a take on a diner that has a little twist to it. And Duck Duck Goat is Chinese food, but with a little bit of our American twist on it, I would say. We call it authentic-ish, or reasonably authentic Chinese food.
Izard's namesake restaurants offer something truly unique, but there is one constant ingredient that ties them all together.
Probably get about 20 or so whole goats a week, and it's just an amazing product that just tastes very pure compared to goat that you might find in other places. So it's really important for us to know what we're putting in our bodies and what our guests are going to be putting in their bodies, and we try to support local farmers as much as possible.
In true Lexus Culinary Master fashion, this chef continues to hone her craftsmanship, often drawing inspiration from unexpected places.
When I was in China, I think the biggest thing we took away was just the style of eating and the love of eating and how important it is to the culture. When you go someplace, they don't just ask, how are you? But it's more, have you eaten today? And everybody wants to feed you all the time.
Taking her learnings on the road, she joined her fellow Lexus Culinary Masters at the Pebble Beach Food and Wine event in 2015.
I think working with Lexus has been a great partnership because the way that Lexus approaches making cars is very similar to how I approach and the other chefs approach making food. Taking pride in the style, taking pride in the environment. I think it's really amazing being part of a group of chefs that it's people that I've admired and looked up to for years, and then being invited into this group. Michelle Bernstein, I think, is one of my favorite chefs just in existence. Any reason to be in a group of great chefs and see them at events all around the country and bring together Lexus owners and cook food and just have a great time, it seems very fitting.